This is what Hamas wanted, to go in, destroy, hurt Israel so bad. Israel retaliates, then Hamas force the world to condemn Israel and beg for a ceasefire where Hamas get away with their crime, get legitimacy in the meantime. This is their game. So the civilian casualties, I don't know if we will ever know actually how many people died in Gaza. But if we talk about one of the most populated area on earth, and even if their statistic was correct, we say the magnitude of a genocide on October 7th cannot be even compared to 100,000 dying in Gaza, because in Gaza, the victims are war victims, very different than genocide victims. Genocide is the highest crime committed by humanity. There is nothing worse than that, especially when it includes raping, killing, burning, whatever it is, the ugliest acts savages can commit. To civilian casualties happening because of being used as human shields, first of all. Second, in an ugly war that Israel has no alternative. I don't know what Israel is supposed to do. Just send its children to go and be vulnerable to all type of booby traps and bombing and killing and stabbing on the hands of Gaza civilians, they call them. For example, we had one of the hostages. Just take this example. One of the hostages managed to escape. He was dual citizen, Russian-Israeli. He was captured at the party on October 7th. He managed to escape for about 4 days. Then finally, civilians caught him and brought him back to Hamas captivity. So we cannot be weak. You know, this is supposed to be my people. But you know, if I go to Gaza, I will not survive a minute. And I don't know how am I supposed to feel about this. I don't want the Gazan people to die. 10 years working with Israel undercover, my intention was to never target any civilian, and I did not have even any blood on my hands. But in the West Bank was completely different than Gaza, than this open war against savages, and sometimes it's inevitable. Yeah, look what the United States did in Hiroshima and Nagasaki when Japanese savages attacked Pearl Harbor. The United States realized that this is it, when they just became suicidal. 400 airplanes going one-way ticket, just attacking the United States. The US had to develop the dirty bomb, and they had to drop it approximately 4 years after Pearl Harbor attack, wiping out Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Oh, that was very, very ugly. But you know what was the outcome? The war ended. So in war, people die. And we need to stop thinking, you know, so what to do? If Hamas is using human shields, and this means that we have a premature ceasefire, then what about tomorrow? And what type of model we are giving to the rest of terrorist organizations, other Islamists and other criminal groups who would have just more lust for blood and destruction? So we cannot do this. We have to eradicate Hamas. And of course, it's a very sad reality. Can I be emotional about it? Can I connect emotionally to it? I'm not sure. I was very emotional about the Thai workers, a lot more than the civilians who died in Gaza. This is very strange. Like, I never shed a tear on the children dying in Gaza, and that sounds awful, but you can judge whatever you want. But when I thought about the 23 Thai workers who had nothing to do in this shit, I wept an entire day, non-stop. I could not explain myself or believe myself, because the Thai people were the nicest people in the world. They just Thai workers got caught up in this fire, and I could not imagine them in tunnels under the Gaza city. Think about the infants who were kidnapped, and the mother that was just so defenseless, carrying her 2 babies, you know, in the hands of, in the face of savages. So it's really not measured by about how many civilians die in here and how many civilians die in there, and if it's not about scaling death here and there. It's why people died on October 7th, what really defined the problem, why and how, in comparison to why and how on the Gazan side. This is why the Arabs haven't learned, and again, it's very hard to say, because, I left the region so many years. I would say Arabs, because I don't know, if it was a matter of blood, my blood is Arab, but it has been so many years that I dropped all this idea of nationalism and all this type of absurd beliefs and stupidity, that I feel like, I belong to a different universe. It's not even Earth. But anyway, if I had to descend and go to that mentality, we're very arrogant people. And we don't accept defeat. And every time we are defeated, but we try to pose as we are victorious, like somebody get beaten up so badly, but then shake up the dust and pretend that that they were the victor in the thing. It's a very arrogant mentality that is stuck in a vicious cycle of pride, of shame, of guilt, very low level of consciousness. And they haven't grown up out of it. And I really would love for them to just grow up and forget about the political border and see Israel for what it is. Israel is not an apartheid state, because when you go to the state of Israel, you have all types of ethnicities, especially minorities, like Christians, Druze, Muslims. Arabic in Israel is an official language. And it's even before English. There is Hebrew, there is Arabic, then there is English in the state of Israel. You have representatives of the Arab communities within the Israeli parliament, within the Israeli Knesset. The Arabs are very important part of the social fabric, the Israeli social fabric. They play a significant role in security and many other departments. There are many of them doctors, and they just work side by side. They're a very important part of the state of Israel. And they are not small. We're talking about 1.5 million Arabs. And if you go to this Arab minority in Israel, tell them, hey, would you drop your Israeli citizenship and go to any Arab country? They will kill you. It's as simple as that. They won't trade it for anything. And by the way, many of the Palestinians, it's their dream, actually, to become Israeli citizens, including Hamas leaders. You would find very long lines trying to get permanent residency in Israel, which was fascinating for me. You hate Israel so much, but all of you want to live in Israel. All of you want to work in Israel. So we have this type of self-delusion and deception lie upon lie. And Israel cannot be an apartheid state, not like this. Of course, you find some racist people, close-minded people, fanatics. They are everywhere, but they're not majority. And when they surface, the collective consciousness of the Jewish people reject this type of extremists. We saw how Israel demonstrate their democracy continuously, could go for eternity, and in a peaceful manner when they see some extreme forces rising within the society. It's a very beautiful nation, real people. It cannot be. You will never find abuse against Arab workers who work there on regular basis, coming, by the way, from Gaza, where Israel allowed tens of thousands of workers just the eve of October 7 attack. They were just easing it on the Gazan people, bringing them, giving them work permit to come work and go back to their homes in the evening to help the Palestinian economy. Because Israel felt the responsibility. We have to help rejuvenate their economy under the siege, hoping that things would change for better. So taking those workers, you will not see, they have all the rights in the world as manpower, laborers, etc. You see, it's on a regular basis, Israel dealing with hundreds of thousands of Arab laborers in its state. So for those who say Israel is an apartheid state, they just really want to accuse and condemn Israel for, I don't know, whatever motive they have. Mostly hatred, I think. Mostly hatred.
So do you think Israel is trying to commit a genocide against Palestinians? Are they actively and deliberately committing war crimes against Palestinians? What do you think about that?
Oh, this is absurd. And this is the pro-Palestine propaganda. Israel is the most accountable state when it comes to morality. Their morality is beyond just a political regime. The morality of the Jewish people, such a heritage, advanced consciousness that has contributed to life in every field, in every aspect of life. How can we be so blind? Just look at the contribution of Jewish people and their attitude towards life, wherever they are. The most peaceful people. So Israel is just an extension of this mentality that believes in we depend on each other. And to accuse Israel of genocide, especially when Israel is the only victim of a genocide, and then strip them their right to defend themselves. I don't want to say to offer them help, as we already experienced in the past century what happened, and the hatred towards Jews, and what some of us are capable of doing. And we all said and we sang throughout the years, never again, never again. And now it's happening right in front of our eyes. And now we fail again morally. So instead of giving hand to Israel in their fight against simply savages, it's not that Israel is fighting against a nation or against people. Israel is fighting against savages. So what we do, we don't allow them to defend themselves, we don't help them, and we condemn them, while the predator, the savages, get away. And we are trying so hard to give the savages a lifeline. This is how we are inflicting more pain on Israel, as they are mourning this atrocity. So accusing Israel of being a genocide is a lie, is baseless. None of those have the means to support it. And if they're just using some photos coming from Syria from many years ago and say, this is Gaza, and look what Israel is doing in Gaza. Okay, we see the destruction of buildings. I don't want to say all, but let's say at least most of those buildings, they received phone calls to evacuate. Unless if it was a direct target, a Hamas top leader, and the decision was kill him. He has his tribe surrounding him. His tribe is part of his process. I think it's totally justified. If as long as this member or this leader of Hamas want to survive, is going to survive and carry more attacks and cause more trouble, then it's the necessary evil. And this is what happened in war. People die. But I cannot say that this is a genocide. The genocide is a completely different story. What happened on October 7th is a genocide. That's a clear case of a genocide. So why twist it? Those people who, I don't know, it's such a twisted reality, twisted people, but they don't change the truth on the ground. Whatever it is, sooner or later, the truth of October 7 will be revealed to the world, and the truth of Gaza also will be revealed to the world. And I hope it will be a world that does not have Hamas in it. We are dealing with predators, criminals, who have been bleeding the nation, gambling with children's blood. This is what Hamas did on October 7. They are gambling with Gaza children blood to achieve power, territory, money, prestige. So it's the opposite. So why do I want to give a state to such leaderships, whether if it was Yasser Arafat and other many groups, that includes Hamas, all of them play in the same game. They profit out of this conflict. And we have to cut this, this lifeline that they have. It's their game. The equation of blood for money. Shed blood whenever they run out of money and they want to stimulate economy, they shed blood. As strange as it sounds, this is how it is. So this has to come to an end. And this is why I'm, you probably heard me many other places, very emotional about it and screaming out loud, coming across as a madman. And now I really don't care anymore, you know, what people think of me. It is what it is. The situation just made me the way I am, and we have to express it in every possible way, because building bridges of understanding, we will stop empowering the predator against the prey. And I don't care about Palestinian state. I don't want a Palestinian state. I care that we give the new generation of Arabs who live in that region, if they choose to live peacefully next to the state of Israel, that we give them economy, we give them education, we open bridges between them and the rest of the world, we integrate them into a higher society. I'm pro all that. But do I want to give an army and guns and power and more money to a bunch of corrupt leadership? Hell no, it's not going to happen. I am going to fight it, even for eternity, that whenever this type of criminals try to take advantage of the situation anymore, we will have to stop them. Especially no American taxpayer money anymore to any Palestinian entity that does not respect and accept Israel's right to exist in that region. As long as they don't accept it as reality protected by earth, protected by heaven, that this amazing group of people have the right to live in this land, the birthright to live in it. As long as they don't have this, they don't admit it, no money, no funding, no support, not even recognition of anything.